What's that? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Barely.
Did they successfully pop the sediment traps?
Yeah, I saw at least 2 wet ones on the deck.
That's the ones then.
3 McLean Michael over here gets the score for that one.
Yeah. How about the cable lift? Any snags? Looks like it's must have been good if we're still holding it. Although,
I have no idea how they're gonna manage this. They're gonna get it somehow when I get Herc out of the water, but we're gonna leave power on and then go into bypass. Which on some other systems where you run in bypass quite a bit, especially up on the deck or on the surface because the motor gets hot.
Mm-hmm. That's just so the arm stays out.
What's that?
That's so the arm stays out while doesn't droop while you recover.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the procedure is. It's beanered off to the porch when Mongo's holding. Sorry, we've been asked not to refer to the 5-function manipulator
It's
as
Mango
Mongo.
now. It's Mango. So last time, or the times that we've done in the past, we just fully recover Herc, and then somebody is standing over the side reeling this thing in.
What's that?
Once Herc gets on deck, somebody comes and reels it in.
So all we have to do is open up with the 5-function?
I think so. Once it's on deck, I guess. Tied off or something.
Yeah, so the 5-function's proper name is a Magnum.
Magnum.
And the 7-function's proper name is a Raptor. No, Predator.
Predator.
Predator. But on most systems, we call it the 5 and the 7. It's probably good lingo to. It's easier to say open the 5, or deploy the 5, or grab it with the 7. It refers to the number of functions. As opposed to the degrees of freedom, which the 7 only has 6 DOF.
Is that because the wrist is not considered a...
What's that?
Is that because the wrist is not considered a degree of freedom?
The gripper.
The gripper.
I had it turn way down here.
Can you hear me now? Check, check.
Yeah, it's a little better.
Yep.
Side tone cranked up here too. Not sure the wrist really qualifies for a degree of freedom, but.
check. Trainer, check.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Okay, yep. That should, I think that might be, in our time frame, might be DPable, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the distance.
Yeah, it looks like these are the coordinates.
Yeah, I have there's a Mothra site, but we'll just double check it against that, so shouldn't be too far.
What's the next dive look like?
Mothra, vents,
Oh, sweet.
but I don't know how extensive, what the extent of the work is there.
Where's Mothra?
Still,
South.
yeah, south of here, but still Endeavor Field.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the main Endeavor. So kind of as the order of things you should be paying attention to, once you're at 50 and you cross over there, as long as things are looking pretty streamed out here, like definitely reference this, but really you want to get used to looking at your compasses and the butt cams and just make sure that everything kind of seems in line with where the ship is, because you'll get less and less reliable USBL hits as you between 50 and the surface. So you'll get intermittent ones, and usually it's not like wildly off. It'll either be the ping will represent at the transducer, or it'll be in the correct position. So it's like either bad, very bad, or good. So just kind of like know that you might get a couple good pings in there.
Okay.
For the most part, it's not that big of a deal as long as there's not some really strong counter current, like 90 degrees or something. And then once you're at the surface, you kind of switch over to like none of this matters anymore. You're just looking at the cameras. And so you can see Herc streaming out beside. You can see it off to ship starboard or to ship port, and check in with the pilot to see if they can fight it with lateral or if they need to stop.
Okay.
You were on watch for the sediment trap recoveries? How'd they go?
Seemed to go pretty well.
Yep.
Had a little bit of trouble with the shackles, but recovery was fine.
Oh, Shackle's at the seafloor pulling it? Yeah. Did they go up pretty quick once they were pulled?
No,
Slowly.
maybe like meter per second or less. Took like an hour.
Wow.
It's usually terminal velocity with the float gizmos, a meter a second. Like if you lose a spare piece of flotation or something, seems to be a meter a second. That's pretty good for a sediment trap. That's a giant V.
Yeah, filtering through.
Did you ever work out the, did they move more sediment traps last night? We were moving one when we walked out.
I think that's the only one they needed to move. I think 2020 they were repositioning, and then 2019 and 2017 they just popped.
We threw like 3 of them over, right? Or they were different locations?
They were different locations, yeah. The other 2 are still at Endeavor, but they're far away. There's a near field and far field that are 3K and then 3K away, and then another is 7K from that. It's not to say there's not old ones there that we won't go pick up, but don't know if we're diving there.
Bridge nav. You track a line, please, at 0.3 knots. Bridge nav. You also confirm tanks are secured and air is enabled to the tuggers? Okay, thank you. Is the captain on the bridge? Thank you.